I am far from a Swiftie. This design began as a real stretch for me until I noticed the outfit in the Showgirl advertisement for Taylor Swift. I just went online and started looking through everything that I could find about Taylor Swift. I don't really listen to her music, and she's just not really my style. I don't have anything against it, but it's just not something I'd go out and seek. And I was going through, and I loved seeing the flapper references in Taylor's outfit during the Showgirl advertisement, and that was something I thought I could run with after all. Oh, I can do that. Here's my Life of a Showgirl piece. And I've drawn up the design. And now I am going to paint this little baby. It's all washed. I washed it off camera. I'm going to wipe it down one more time once I bring it in the house. I think I'm going to work. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'm going to work up a color scheme for it first. But yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a... This is where the wood is glued together. And it's not broken at all. It just has a line. So, and it has these plastic straps to hold the legs together. I mean, that's not a great thing, but I'm going to make it look better. I'm not sure what this was. Looks like burn marks to me, but I have no idea why. I don't know why it would look that way. I just don't know. But I'm going to make it a cute little piece. Oh, it's very short. Let's measure it. 24 inches long. It's 15 inches wide. And like, I'll measure from here. My floor is uneven. Almost 21 inches. Okay, so I went back and I got a couple of paints. One is Dixie Belle paint. It's a chalk paint called Cottage Door. And I'm going to mix that with a little bit of sheepskin white, and that's a home decor or folk art chalk paint. Mm. I'm going to mix a lot of this. I just want to make sure that I have enough. I'm just going to pour a little bit of water in it because it's a little bit dry. Not a lot. I'll show you after. Okay, a little bit lighter. Hopefully that will be pretty. I found a bottle of Waverly Truffle, and that's a little bit more than what I'm thinking, so I'm going to pour this back in here. So this is just the first layer of paint. And I'll go on to the next. I'm going to do that all the way around. First with the brown. And this is just the first coat, obviously. And so I want to make sure that I come down low enough on the legs that I'm not bumping into my plastic band here. If you're wondering where I got this little table, it came to me by a neighbor who was cleaning out an apartment and thought of me when he saw the trash. So I said, sure, why put it into the landfill? Okay, and we'll come back tomorrow and continue working on it. This blend is somewhat tricky, and it looks like it's only 2 applications, but it's much more than that. I just have to keep going around and around until I get it to look the way I want it to look, and that's all you do, is you just keep adding paint. It's only paint, and yeah, you just work with it until you get it to look the way you want. So I will do the legs later on with a different product. I might put the clear coat on by hand, or I may just use wax on the legs. I haven't decided yet, but my main purpose for clear coating the top right now is so that I can put decorations on the top, and if I make a mistake or if I don't like it, I can easily take it off. And so I wanted to show you the design. It does have an up and a down, but it's still relatively acceptable upside down. But you will probably want to look at it like this. And you know what? Once I'm down to this section, I might do more design on this side, which will make it more aesthetically pleasing in each direction. So this is the main design. I'm going to eyeball it, but I'm going to check it with my ruler as well, because I want to be dead on with these stripes. So this is a little different striping than just putting straight stripes on. So I will use the assistance of my ruler. Also, I got these products when I was doing that big MCM cabinet over, because I had to replace some striping on the side of that. And so I got this product on Amazon. It's a self stick. So I'm going to try this. There's 2 different sizes. You know, one is a little bit bigger. So I'm going to try to mix the 2 and create a design like that. And so after I stick it down, you know, I will do more clear coats over the top of it. just to make sure that it's going to stay put, because I've never used it on a large surface, so I am not sure about how it's going to work. But so we'll try that. That's going to be a lot easier than doing it by hand with the Posca pens. It's 3 3/4. So it's a good place to start. And I suppose if I didn't like it, or if I made a mistake or something, I can lift it. And let me see what I'm going to do here. I'm just looking at my design, and I think the first one I'm doing, I love creating the Art Deco designs, and they are super fun to work with if you like mathematical design and that Roaring Twenties look. And this tape is just so good to work with. I was really pleasantly surprised after I started using it. Now here, this is fine, but I'm going to just you see how what I'm doing is ending up with the top, meaning the top on my side, or the bottom if you're watching it like we're watching it right now. So if you were to stand on my side of the table, it seems like this is the way that you would align it, but actually this is wrong. And if you look at it, what I'm calling the bottom, or the part facing me when I'm looking at the table, I'm looking at it right now and saying, that's wrong. So I had to lift it up and move it over a little bit, because what you want is you want the point to be underneath, not on the top. It's very antithetical to what you might think. You want the bottom of the tapes to form the point, not the top. So you can see that I moved it a little bit, and then when I trim it, those points will align. It's just takes a little bit of fiddling with. But it's really easy to do, and it's fun. It's like the design creates itself. Even though I did put down a vague design, I didn't actually follow it 100%. In fact, I had purchased these little glitter things to put on there, and I started laying them out, and I said, you know what, it's sort of a little bit too much. And yeah, and then the trim that I bought for the edges wasn't as fluffy as it showed online, but I still think, all in all, when you see it, I hope you think it's cute. Trimming it can be a little bit tricky because you have to know where to put your razor, and what I learned here was that when I put my razor down, to not have too much of the end sticking out, and to actually steady it with my other hand by placing my finger on the top of the razor. See how I'm putting what looks like the hand on the right, which is actually my left hand. I'm putting my left finger on top of the razor when I trim it. So if you try it, you'll understand. In other words, you don't want that razor to just float out into midair. You really need to steady it with both hands, of course not cutting yourself. But yeah, it's fun. And there's 2 different size tapes, and I think that was a good choice. Thank you for watching the Life of a Show Flipper video hosted by Crystal of the Crafty Creech and Jen of Copper Cactus DIY. These playlists can be found by searching for Crystal's unique antique challenges, and there are tons of videos to keep you entertained. I'll link a text for the playlist at the bottom of the video, and also you can click it at the end of the video to watch all of the artists.